Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Such a beautiful day today. Got some big news to spread. So let's jump to it. So the data miners in Fallout 76 have not let us down again. And you're not even going to believe what they found. They found another boss enemy. So they found another NPC. Well, he's not even an NPC. He's a cyborg. Now the location of this boss enemy, you're never going to guess. Guess who's involved? West Tech. Now the boss fight will be in the basement of West Tech, and it seems like it's going to take place in the FEV lab. Now there's going to be a lot of things to this boss fight, but let's start off first with his name. So his name is the Drifter. This is kind of going to be like the Encrypted. You're going to have to hunt down a key card. Now these key cards can come from events or doing daily ops. Like you see here, it's already been data mined. One thing I want to talk about too is how much damage this guy can take. This guy, the Drifter, has an amazing damage resistance. From poison resistance, limb damage resistance, it's insane. It seems like he's going to be very, very hard. This is probably not going to be for the weak. I'd imagine this is going to be another endgame boss. But like I said, you're going to have to get a card to start this off. Now we don't know too much about this. We can see kind of what he looks like. And we even have a sound, like right here, what he sounds like. He kind of sounds like he is a mole miner. So that makes me wonder a lot of things with this. When I think of mole miners and I think of a Drifter, I go down to the rusty pick. And I think of the mole miner all the way downstairs. Makes me wonder what he has to do with it. Now another thing I'm wondering is his name is the Drifter. And one of the things that we're probably going to see on the seasons, and I believe if I'm correct, it is wrapped around corporations. One of the big corporations that I believe is going to be connected with this is Garahan's Mining. Of course, mole miners and mining, right? Now let's go over a few more things with the Drifter. One, we already have data mined what the icon's going to be for the event. Looks kind of cool. He is stealthy. The Drifter has 25% speed boost as well. So he's going to be stealthy and fast. This is going to be amazing. Now we've already found some weapons and we're going to go over that. And we've already found the armor. We're going to go over that as well at the end. But before we do that, let's talk about one other thing. Now, this is a quest, like I said, like the event, Encrypted. You're going to have a key card. Now with that being said, when you die, you've used that key card. Upon death, you are rewarded. Now, each percent of the Drifter's health, while it's down, gives a different tier of reward. And it looks like it's at every 20% increments. So at 100%, you'll get a little bit of rewards. 80%, it'll get a little better. 60%, it'll get even better. And so on and so on. At least you're not losing out. And with those rewards are going to be new 4-star legendaries. So that's going to be awesome as well. So you might have a chance, I doubt it, it'll probably be at the end of the top rewards, but you'll have a chance to earn more new 4-stars. Now I'm not sure the old 4-star loophole is going to be with this, but I'm pretty sure the new 4-stars are going to be with this event. And there's also a few new named weapons as well, and that armor we were talking about. So let's go ahead and jump to the 4-star mods first. So the first 4-star mod on our list is Brutalist. Each kill gives +1 strength for 5 minutes, max +10. Very curious how this one's going to work. Now it's for melee weapons, so that is going to be very insane with the melee weapon. The next one is Crusaders. This one's for armor and power armor. +1 special points for each equipped armor piece, up to +5 on full stack. That is awesome. So this is like the unyielding for power armor now. Very amazing. I really like this one. I can't wait to try this one out. Rebounders. Return 10% of ballistic and explosive damage received from an enemy target back towards them, up to 50% on a full stack. Another different, very interesting one. Like I said, we're going to have to try these out. Ruiners. Single shot weapons have a 5% chance to deal an additional 500 damage for every 5 luck. This is for ranged weapons, and this on a lever action, I can't wait to try. This sounds really powerful. Now this next one's called Satiated. Hunger and thirst fill with each kill. Now this is going to be good for an Overeater's build. Switch to a weapon that has this and you don't have to waste anything. This could be pretty decent, I guess. And our next one, Sightseers. Plus 50% range and damage when aiming down sights. So again, this might be fun for a lever action or a weapon in that kind of category. Stagger proof. 15% chance to not stagger from any damage types, up to 80% on a full stack. This is strictly for power armor. This could be very interesting too. Now this one's called Voltaic. Sprinting builds up a charge and releases an EMP shockwave when you stop that stuns and deals energy damage to nearby enemies. Very interesting as well. Don't see this one being used that much. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now let's move on to the armor. Now this one's called the Secret Settler Armor. Each piece has returned 25% damage received from an enemy back towards them. Grants up to 35 energy resistance and damage resistance to lower your health. Receives 7% less bonus damage, plus 15% limb damage resistance, and health regenerates slowly, plus 1 health per second, up to 5 health per second on a full stack. Now some of these have scope stability, and some of them have less AP while sprinting. Now I'd imagine you might be able to change the mods. I'm not sure on this. Now I'd imagine you're going to have to earn each one of these pieces as a drop from the event or maybe the plans. I'm not sure yet. We don't know too much. Now let's go ahead and move on to the weapons. The first one we're going to jump to is the Tempest. Damage increase up to 130% as health decreases. 40% weapon speed, plus 3 strength, plus 10 damage per onslaught stack, plus 10 max stack. Heavy bleeding damage over time on contact. This sounds really interesting. Plus, with all the other buffs to melee, this might actually hit pretty hard. But let's move on to the next one. Now this one might be the best one. Chaos Engine. Plus 1 projectiles, plus 75% damage, plus 50 limb damage, plus 15% reload speed. When reloading, emit a shockwave that stuns nearby targets for 3 seconds. Projectiles apply cryo to the first slow targets and then explosive to damage them. Targets take 100 action point damage for 5 seconds. Target movement speed reduced by 35% for 5 seconds. Chaos Engine's cryogenic grenade explode for 43.5 damage. Creates 15 Chaos Engine explosive grenade on impact. Chaos Engine explosive grenade explodes for 43.5 damage. That is a lot. That was a mouthful right there, but this thing sounds amazing. Now this might be the best weapon so far. I really like this one. Well, let's go ahead and move on and check out this other one. Now this one's called the Splinter. Restores 2% health over 2 seconds when you hit a target. Projectiles explode for 20% weapon damage. When reloading, gain 500 to all resistance. When a combat target is burning, deal 50% bonus damage, plus 25% armor penetration. Damage per onslaught stack, plus 10 max stack. So we have to admit, a lot of these weapons and a lot of this with the Drifter sounds amazing. Now I really can't wait for this to show up, but it's probably not going to be until 2026 or around the end of 2025. I would imagine it would be at the end of fall when we would see this open up in the PTS. The PTS is only on stage 1 of showing a lot of things. By what I mean by stage 1, what you'll see here in this photo that's been data mined with the Silver Bridge, it's been data mined that it's in stages. We'll be seeing a lot of different construction going on with the cultists at Point Pleasant. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rewards. So here's the data mine sheet on the rewards. Drifter rewards, caps, contextual ammo, stim packs, rads, utility, resources, components, serums, chems, bobbleheads, magazines, Atlantic City, and the Pit. Now I'm wondering, does that mean those are going to be rewards that are usually obtained through the expeditions? Then you have legendary items, then legendary shards. What are legendary shards? That's another thing that I'm curious. Does legendary shards mean legendary modules? Makes me wonder what's going on with that. Let me know in the comments what you think. I could be wrong, I don't know, but I'm just curious about it. I seen this and it just struck my curiosity. Now overall, the Drifter seems like it's going to be fun. Now I don't know how much this is going to link up with moving on into Ohio and the bridge and that stuff, but I'm really curious to see where it goes. Let me know, like I said, in the comments what you think about this. Or if you know more about this, I would like to hear about it. Now I'm going to wrap this video up. I really do appreciate you stopping by this channel and checking out this video. If you're not a subscriber and you like seeing content like this, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you'll see more of my videos. I post one every day. And if everybody could hit that like button, that would be amazing. But with all that being said, you guys have a great day. Take it easy. I'll see you guys later.